Welcome to another special edition of Comcast Newsmakers from the Florida State Capitol in Tallahassee. I'm Candace Kelly, and today we'll be speaking with Hazel Rogers of the 95th Legislative District and her priorities for this upcoming session. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. So this is your last session. How does that feel in terms of the work that you've done and the accomplishments that you have had so far?
Well, it was a good 7 years, and this is my last year, as you know. But there's still a lot more that we can do. I think I was good to my 8 cities when I started out. Then it went, because of redistricting, 7 cities. And now it's my final year, and I did well.
Right, and you still want a lot of attention to be brought to double-digit poverty, double-digit unemployment rates. What are you doing right now in order to make sure that that legacy continues in terms of your work?
Well, I am advancing the bill again this year, HB 33. And I'm talking to everyone that will listen, because as we talk about tax cuts and incentives, I think there are communities that we can look to and do pilot programs to make sure we're really reaching those that need us the most.
And the pilot programs are central to that bill in terms of making sure that people get the attention and resources and funding that they need.
The greater partnerships with education partners, incentives for businesses to come into those communities, everything that we need to do to uplift those that are in poverty and the higher unemployment rates.
And there are many of your peers that are talking about similar issues in terms of unemployment and poverty. What have you been doing behind closed doors to get attention to this topic? A little civics lesson, if you will, in terms of the process and getting work done.
It starts with a bill. So it takes a bill to become law for us to really enforce some of the things that we need to do. And then, of course, you need dollars, incentives that are committed through budget process. Those are the process that we would use, legislative and budget process, to make sure we get the resources that we need for those communities.
Was there a lot of butting heads along the way in terms of you trying to get your point across, where somebody didn't quite see your point and you had to go kind of tete-a-tete?
Oh, well, I talk behind the scenes. I have to talk with leadership. I have to talk with the caucus, meaning the Black Caucus, the Democratic Caucus, and of course my colleagues on the other side of the aisle. So we have relationship and respect, and I'm hopeful that this year we'll hear the bills.
In terms of your constituents, what are some of the fondest memories that you have? Because when we talk about the unemployed and poverty, I'm sure that there were a lot of communities that you obviously physically went into. What are some of your memories about that whole journey of yours?
Because I was a local elected official for 12 years, it was easy working with my mayors, and not every area of your city does have that level of unemployment, but you have to, everyone must be addressed, and all the work that you do, you want to make sure all of your constituents benefit from what you do. And that's what I do. I talk to the mayors of the cities that I represent and look forward to working with them. This is my last year, and we'll continue to work with the 7 mayors that I represent their cities.
There are many people out there who want to get involved in the process, don't necessarily know how to, or maybe they don't think that their voice counts. What would you say to someone who is watching this right now, who has an idea or wants to see change and says to themselves, should I reach out to my local politician? How much did you get from people in the general community to make you move and motivate you?
Okay, it comes with grassroots telling you some of the concerns and you believing that you can make a difference. And I always engage my communities. And one bill that I passed, we had to ask the leadership, the speaker, whether or not to use a government building for town hall meetings. And town hall meetings are important to everything we do because we need to engage the public. So now we can do it without writing a letter, notifying or asking requests to use a government-to-government building for a public purpose. So engaging the public is very, very important to me.
And my final question, anything else that you're looking forward to just in this session?
Okay, just continuing funding for the foreign trade zones that are off port sites and in our cities.
All right, well, I want to thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for serving.
Well, thank you very much.
Absolutely. And our thanks once again to Representative Rogers for speaking with us today. For Comcast Newsmakers, I'm Candace Kelly, and thank you for joining us.